Thanks for joining us. I'm Fong, and this is Market News. It has been an interesting few weeks for stock investors. Last week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 200 points and tumbled 250 points a day later. Standard & Poor's 500 index also dropped 2%, breaking a 7th-month streak of gains. Investors are doing their best to predict what can be expected of consumers in the fourth quarter, but for now, it's still hard to tell. Out of 3.301 stocks, almost 78% are experiencing a falling market price. And the famous Cash for Clunkers program caused an explosion in car sales and made it hard to tell how the economy was truly doing under all these temporary boosts in sales. And while Cash for Clunkers enjoyed a few months of success, one thing that hasn't changed is unemployment. Currently at a 6-year high of 9.8%, some analysts predict that it will continue to rise and hit 10% next year. And after hearing the good news that the economy grew at impressive rates during the July-September period last week, stocks posted their biggest losses in 4 months. It's been a whirlwind in the market last week, and the majority of the concerns come down to the consumer. Will we be able to lift ourselves out of this economy? That's what investors are dying to figure out. And during these continued uncertain times, CIT Group filed for bankruptcy after proving to be unable to fund itself. CIT was a lender to hundreds of thousands of small and medium businesses, and although its failure was expected, some worry that the added pressure this could put on the current economy. Now, let's take it to Meredith with more.
Thanks, Fong. Speaking of stability, Ford has done an impressive job of remaining as stable as possible while its surrounding competitors flounder and struggle to stay afloat. Since Ford Motors escaped bankruptcy protection and didn't request the bailout cash, the legendary car company has earned its fair share of respect. But that doesn't mean that things have gotten much easier. With struggling sales and labor difficulties, there's still challenges ahead for Ford. While Ford reported a profit of $2.3 billion in the second quarter, a lot of that is due to debt reductions and cut annual interest payments. However, a portion of their success has to do with taking some unhappy GM and Chrysler customers. Ford is consistent when it comes to receiving positive quality and reliability ratings, and don't forget that Ford's Focus and Escape were among the top 5 sellers in the Cash for Clunkers program. In the future, Ford will have to address consumers' desire of small, eco-friendly cars in comparison to sport utility vehicles, but as of now, Ford should be happy to be experiencing more success than its suffering competitors. And for this week's edition of Women on Wall Street, we are recognizing Patricia Wartz, the chairman, CEO, and president of Archer Daniels Midland. Wartz has held this position since 2006 after beating out 4 other competitors for the position. The Pennsylvania native and Penn State graduate was formerly an executive vice president at the Chevron Corporation. Wartz sits on the Procter & Gamble board, is on Fortune 500's list of top CEOs, and has helped ADM's stock rise 15% over the past 12 months. She plans to focus on ethanol and biofuel and brings in a yearly salary of $15 million. Quite impressive. That's all for now. I'm Meredith, and thanks for watching Market News. See you next time.